And welcome to Aaron Plays, and I'm starting mission 5 of Ambush. So this will be the first episode of this mission, and this will be my first attempt at it. For the previous mission, I did 3 attempts on camera, quite a few off camera. But this is my first actual dabble into this mission. So what I'm doing is I'm going through now the missions in chronological order. And if I've already done a particular mission prior in filming, I'm doing that mission again, but without putting it on camera, so I can get the squad progression that I'm actually after. So continuing from the squad that completed mission 4 eventually, 2 guys were halls to combat, so they were replaced by Baker and Clint are the 2 new guys. I then took the whole squad through mission 1, which is the next one in chronological order. And I successfully completed that mission. And Anderson was the only one that actually took a casualty. He was wounded, but is now back for mission 5, which is called Operation Pickpocket. I think it's called Operation Pickpocket, he says. Yeah, Operation Pickpocket. And this is based on the 4th of July, 1944. So first mission, D-Day, is obviously on D-Day. Their mission 1 is set in, I think it's just late June 1944. That's why I did that one next. And then the next one now, mission 5 is on the 4th of July. After that is actually mission 7, which is called Bait for Trap, which is on the 8th of August, 1944. Then it's back to mission 2, which I've already done. So mission 5, yes, I'm going to do that now, play through. Then the plan is to do mission 7. And then mission 2, which I've done before, but I'm not going to do back on camera. I'm going to just play that through with this, hopefully this same squad. That will be mission 2. Then mission 8, which I haven't done, which is set. So mission 2 is set in August 44. Mission 8 is set in September 44. Then it's back to mission 3, which is the Bulge, which is the one where I actually got wiped out. So I'll be re-attempting that. And I think I'll actually put that one on screen as well, because I played that one so bad. It was the first one I had played with tanks. I didn't do too well. Go back and watch the previous episode, missions, if you wish. That was frightening. Okay, so I'd like to redo that one. And then the last one from this, the core set, is mission 6, which is called Pleasure Boating to the West Wall, which is set in January 45. And that would then complete all of the scenarios, missions, in the core set. I do have the other 3 modules. Will I go through those? No idea. We'll see how I feel if I even complete all 8 of these. Again, well, so mission 5, it's the first time I've done it. I'm going to take us now down to the map, have a look, have a chat, go through what actually is involved, as far as I can see, how I plan or what plan I want to go through. That'll all be in this episode, and we'll just start the operations and see how far we get. But yeah, if you could hit the like if you like what I do, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and you like what I do, and any comments, as always, much appreciated and will be answered to. But let's go to the map now. Okay, so mission 5, Operation Pickpocket. It's the 4th of July, 1944. Your squad has volunteered for a dangerous commando raid deep behind German lines. Your mission is to slip into Holland with the aid of the Dutch underground and raid a hidden German rocket base near The Hague. Allied High Command is very interested in seeing documents for the rumoured V2 rocket and in having the base destroyed. So my squad, the 8 guys, it says buy new equipment for your squad, which I've done. Since you're travelling light, you cannot buy automatic rifles, bazookas, or medium machine guns. Okay. Within these limitations, you can buy any of the equipment on the equipment cost chart. In addition, you receive 2 satchel charges for free. So I had the 2 commanders, Anderson and Baker, have submachine guns, and all the other 6 dudes armed with the Garand semi-automatic rifle. I've bought a fair amount of ammunition and grenades, and I bought an additional satchel charge. So I've got 3 satchel charges in total. It says then setup, use map B. So that's this particular map. The top of the map is the north. So up here is the north. Okay. Your soldiers can enter the map on the south or west edges. All right. And I've marked between hexes A12. I'll put these little tree stumps to show between where I can enter. Okay. No markers begin the mission on the map, and then the activation levels are as follows. Condition 1 is 0 to 1, condition 2, 0 to 3, condition 3, 0 to 5, and condition 4, 0 to 7. So there's only 4 conditions in this. There's only 4 charts. The river. The water barrier from A6 to Y7 is a river, so it's not a stream. A river hex can be entered only by crossing an intact bridge or by crossing at a ford. The locations of fords will be revealed by paragraphs during play, so I can't see any fords at the moment. When revealed, place a ford landmark in the hex. A ford can be entered from any adjacent land hex, regardless of the facing of the ford marker. Okay, so the only way I can cross the bridge at the river at the moment is the bridges, or if I find any fords along the way. Victory. You need 15 victory points to win. You'll be awarded victory points for finding documents and destroying installations as revealed during play. The victory point award for documents only accounts if your soldiers exit the map with the documents. When documents are found, note the soldier carrying them on the squad record. Should a carrying soldier be killed, another soldier can pick up the documents using the pick up exchange equipment action. The mission ends only when all your active soldiers have exited from the map from any valid entry hex, so between those 2 tree stumps. Okay. Victory losses for incapacitated soldiers can be avoided by moving him off the map from between those 2 tree stumps. So that's it for the victory. So I need 15 victory points. And German's revealed will give me victory points as well. I'm going to be using actual dice, which I started doing in the last mission. I got fed up with the Basil dice. So, yes. What am I planning to do then? Okay, so crossing the bridges for me is going to be a no-no. In previous scenarios, this building has been occupied. This is open ground. I don't like open ground. So I'm split my squad into 2 groups, each with a commander. I'm going to be looking hopefully for some fords around this area here. Are there? Don't know until we cross, but I definitely want to get across at some point along this line. If I'm not finding much joy, I will progress along the river down here. Hopefully there'll be a ford somewhere along, and I might actually start with these guys under Baker to move along this side and hopefully find a ford, and Anderson's group, team, whatever word you like to use, I'm going to hopefully find something along this section of the river. If not, well, then I really don't want to cross the bridges. That would just see, because it's not classes at night. There's no restrictions on line of sight, as in the previous mission. So I did D-Day. So yeah, squad preservation is important, but obviously I'd like to actually win. I mean, I won scenario at mission 1, but I would like to win the mission the first time of doing it. But 15 victory points is a tall order. So we're starting in operations. Those are where my guys want to start. I have, we look at Anderson, completed, it's gone off the screen, there we go, completed the properties for each of them. So their initiatives, their perceptions, weapon skills, and such forth, and what they're actually armed with. So each guy, when I need to, will bring that up so you can all have a look. So just before I start, I'm going to ask it one more time. Do remember to hit the like button if you enjoy what I do. It all helps. And the more likes, I know that you guys are enjoying what I'm doing here. Right, so as I say, we're beginning in operations. I've inserted the mission card as the first thing I've got to do. Condition level 1. And now I basically check every hex that I go through. And I'm going to start with Gibbs over here. And he's going to enter that hex there. If I can get him going. That's G10. I think that's not G17, 18. G19. The first hex I've got to check is G19. And that's got the word none in it. Okay. So we then go to G18. That says event. Okay. I'm going to roll the event dice. And we've rolled 8 plus 9, 17. RE17. And that does have a number there. That says 645. So 645. Remember, I put them on the screen there mainly to remind myself. And also, if you guys are following along and you've got your own booklet, you're seeing what I'm actually reading. But I mean, I do read it out anyway. 645. So one US soldier determined at random occupying a rough terrain hex falls. A rough terrain hex. Well, that's not a rough terrain hex, is it? No. And no one else is. So that's a no event. Any reference to this paragraph after the first soldier has fallen. Okay. So I'm going to place an event marker in there because the event has occurred, but it's not really affecting what I'm doing. There we go. Right. Well, I'm going to move all these three into G18. G19. We know there's nothing else there. So Gibbs. Now, Gibbs is not the most perceptive of dudes. He's got a perception of force, and maybe he's not the best to actually lead at this point. So who's Anderson got with him in his group? He's got Clint. He's got perception of 5. And is that Elmore? He's got perception of 3. So I think we'll have Clint move forward. Okay. Through Gibbs. And then we're going to have Clint go into F17. Keeping them in command range just in case there is. We go into operations. No, we're in operations. We go into rounds. I'd like to keep them under command control. So he's gone into F17. What can he see from there? Okay, there is a sighting. It says S1080. So I'm going to just put the 080 there. 080. Okay, and have a look at paragraph. Dum, 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 dum. Okay. Sighting one. Soldier sees a radar dish atop building in K7. Place landmark. So I will now on my sightings chart says S1 has been seen. And a radar dish atop building in K7. Radar dish. There we go. That's it. So this is a radar dish atop building in K7. Place landmark. Landmark place. Okay, I've got to work out how do I actually destroy these things. Okay. That is an event, so I need to place an event marker there. Okay. And then we'll go with Clint into G17. G17. Another sighting. 650. Okay. 650. Right. Roll one die. Okay, I rolled a 5. So 0 to 2 is conduct activation check. 3 to 6, conduct activation check at -2. Is successful, C617. So activation check, we're at condition 1 is 0 to 1. And this is at -2. So I've rolled a 0. If successful, so which it is 617. C617, 617. Okay. Not good. Right, S5 has now come into effect. Sighting 5. Activate German 36 in hex J13. There he is, J13, crouching. Commence rounds, German advantage. Okay, let me pause while I set that all up. Okay, so that was paragraph 617. Sighting 5, so we've now said sighting 1 and 5. Activate German 36 in hex J13. He's V, his name is Vogel, crouching, commence rounds, hence why I've now put round 1 in there, German advantage. Okay, now Vogel gives me a victory point. Okay. And he's got an in of 1, he's not great. Perception 3, weapon skill 0, movement allowance of 3, he's a sentry. And it says in J13, observing when watching those bridges, so that's why I haven't come by the bridge. Now, first off, we have to do, we're starting round 1. We didn't take long to get in the rounds, did we? I haven't even got some guys on the board yet. Okay, round 1, perception check for each US soldier who can see a German. So the only one who can see is Clint, and his perception is 5. So his perception check is, he rolls a 4. So he is able to perceive. Where is he? Clint is in there. Right. So he's, and Vogel is there. And those are the only two. If success, place soldiers activation marker on the complete space. If not, place in the unaware. So all the rest of my guys are currently unaware. Okay. Event phase. There is no event phase on the first turn. Action phase, initiative. Now we know the Germans have the advantage, but we still need to roll the actual die to see where our guys end up. So German rolls a 6. Okay. And advantage, he's going to get two turns. Okay. And I rolled a 7, which means I get 2 turns. Potential for panic. Okay, but he's within 2 hexes of Anderson. However, Anderson's unaware. So can he use his command status to actually stop Clint from panicking? I'm just going to check that. I'm not sure. It says as long as he's active. So he's unaware, but he is active. So therefore, Clint is in command. Right. Okay. The next thing we need to do is roll the German activation number, which is a 4. Right. There we go. So let's see, because the German goes first. Vogel, his first action with a 4. And it says on here, on the first turn, use condition 1 column, or in condition 1 anyway. So he rolled a 4. It says 800. What he's doing, 800. 800. By prone. Well, that's a definite hero of the Reich there, isn't it? He's gone prone. I mean, to be fair, yeah, he could see Clint. So what's Clint going to do? We haven't had any, we can't go into the river hexes, and we haven't had any revelation that there is a ford here, which I was hoping for. and firing on a prone guy in a build. Oh, I can't see him anyway. I can't see him anyway. I can't shoot. I might, and it's a good point. Why am I actually still standing? So I'm going to change stance and move into H17. Let's see what we see in H17. Boom, 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 boom. It's got that S5 there, which we've already had activated. So nothing additional there. Okay. So that's both of their first actions done. Should have done that already, and that goes to there. Okay, so what does Vogel do now? I need to roll a new German activation number, don't I? 7. So that goes to there. 7. He now does 808. If no active target in sight, crouch. There is an active target in sight. If 1 or 2 active targets in sight, crouch and conduct best fire, easiest target, fall prone after fire if free stance change available. Well, he's got a crouch, so that's using up his free stance. So let's delete the prone marker. So he goes into a crouch and he can see line of sight from the actual building. Let's use a line of sight thread. There we go. He's firing on. You can only see H17. Okay, so it's coming out of the building. So coming out the door there. It's those. I should show that on here. It's those 3 hex eyes. Then it spreads out along those hex spines along there. So he has got line of sight to Clint. So he fires his rifle. Okay, first of all, got to check for jamming. 5% chance. Okay, he rolls 48, so rifle's good. Bolt action rifle at that range. So he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexes away. That's short range, I think. Bolt action, bolt rifle. Yeah, that's short range up to 2.6. Okay. But let's go to 0. So that's 5. Short range. Yeah, it's 5, isn't it? Right. I am crouching in brush, which is -1. That's 4. It's best fire, so it's an aim shot. So he needs a 4. And he rolls a 7. So that's a miss. Okay, he doesn't have a free stance change, so he stays crouching. So that's him complete. There, that's back to Clint. So he might as well have a shot back. Now, Clint is armed with a semi-automatic rifle, which I think is the same amount of chance of jam, 5% chance of a jam. And he rolls 43, so he's fine there. It's going to be short range as well. So that's 5. However, Clint has got a weapon skill of +1, so that's 6. Double check it's actually shown on here. Properties. Yeah, weapon skill of +1, so that's a 6. However, the German is crouching through an interior, isn't it? Through aperture not adjacent to firer. Crouching is -4. So that's a 6, becomes a 2. I roll a 5, so that's a miss. Okay, then I've got to check for, did I actually use any ammo up? Semi-automatic rifle, 25% chance. And I rolled an 18, so I have used a weapon clip. That's a good start. Well, no, that's a substitute. What? Yeah, I suppose it's a. So that's him 1 ammo slot down, and I'll actually mark that on here. Properties. Okay. Apply and close. So that's both Vogel and Clint done. That ends round 1. We're into round 2 now. Okay. So in round 2, I've got the US awareness perception check for all US soldiers on the map. Okay, on the map. These guys aren't on the map yet. So Clint's aware. So we'll roll for Gibbs. Now his perception is 4. And he rolls a 9. He's fast asleep. Well done, Gibbs. Oh, he stays unaware. Next up is, we'll do Anderson. Now he's got a perception of 7. He rolls a 5, so he's up. And Elmore, he's got a perception of 3. And he rolls a 1. So Elmore and Anderson are fine. Gibbs is fast asleep. So we'll move Anderson up to here. And where's Elmore? Here. Okay. So that's so I've got 3 soldiers that can do something. And now we do have an event phase. So the event is 8. RE8. Okay, that's got a paragraph 494. 494. Okay. S3 required. Go to condition 3. Well, we haven't had S3, so it's a non-event. Okay. Next up, we have the action phase initiative. And we have the Germans rolling a 7, the Americans rolling a 3, so the Germans have the initiative. So Vogel on a 7, with it, he goes into that column there. And with a 3, Anderson, 1 action, Clint, 1 action, and Elmore, 2 actions. And Panic, he won't panic because he's in command by Anderson over here. Okay. So, and then the German activation number is a 7, so it stays where it is currently. Right. So Elmore, I think we need to move over this way a little bit, maybe get some more people that can shoot into, well, that hex is going to block, isn't it, from anyone over here? So maybe that's still good. So he moves into H18. Is there anything in H18? None. Okay, so that's 2 movement points. Then he goes into I18. I18. It's also got none. And then I'm going to do my free stance change to crouch him. So that's Elmore. None. Then we have Vogel with a 7. We know he's going to take a shot because it's the same activation number. We're still on condition 1. So it's 808. Now, can he see? No, it's crossing that hex there. So he can't see. So it's again a shot at Clint. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So it's a basic to hit of 5, close range. Tested for weapon jams. Okay, 85, no. And then he needs a basic to hit 5. I'm crouching in the brush, takes it to a 4. And the German rolls a 5. Have to double check that, make sure I haven't made a mistake. Ball action, he needs a 5, weapon skill 0, and I am crouching in cover, takes it to a 4. Yep, double checking. So that's just a miss by Mr. Vogel. He doesn't have to check for his ammunition. Okay. So that's him done. All right, so I've now got all my dudes. Now, Anderson could give Clint 2 actions using command. I don't feel any need to move him, so I'm going to do that. He's going to give Clint an extra action. That's him done. Then Clint will actually take a shot at Mr. Vogel. So, first of all, weapon jam. 16, no, but close. Then the basic to hit is 5 at that range, which then goes to, now he's crouching. Is he though? Actually, might have to take that back because he was doing paragraph 808. 808, yes, was a shot, but then it was if he had he could have gone prone. Hold on. If 1 or 2 active targets like crouch and conduct best fire is easy, fall prone. If after fire, a free stance change available. Okay, so he actually fell prone, which means I can't actually shoot him. So Clint doesn't shoot. Still can't cross the stream. So we're going to go stand up as my free change stance. Then go into I-17 for 1. Still looking for that forward. I'm not sure if I'll see it at range. So I-17, it says go to, is that 622? It is 622. 622. Okay. What is paragraph 622 going to be telling me? Place event marker, conduct PC check. If successful, C41. Okay. Place event marker. Conduct PC check. So this is Clint, isn't it? Perception of 5. He rolls a 3. This is paragraph 622. Make sure I'm not making a mistake. Place event marker, conduct PC check at +1. Okay. So is that his perception goes up to 6, but he rolls a 3. If successful, C41. 041. Okay, 41. Is that a forward, please, 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 please? 1. Soldier sees a forward. Yay, in N16. N16. Right, so I need a forward marker. Terrain, is that going to be on terrain? There we go. Forward in N16. There we go. There we go. Woohoo! That's a good start. Right, so Clint so far moved 1 movement point. All right. He will then go into J17. It says none. For 3. And then go back into a crouch. I had a free, what you call it, stance change, but anything else now costs me a movement point. So there you go. So that's his 4. Okay, that's useful. That was his additional action that was provided by Anderson. So we've seen a forward. So I'm going to be very cautious and go to that forward. So Elm, I don't want to go out of command range. That's a good point. So Clint's extra action then, I'm going to bring him back into command range. I don't like my guys panicking. In the previous mission, the D-Day mission, I had my guys on this side of the river with two command guys and all the other guys on this side of the river out of command. And it was a cluster. So yeah, no, that wasn't very pleasant. So I like to keep my guys under command control. Okay, so that's Clint done. Now Elmore. I don't think it's worth doing a hell of a lot. Because again, I'd like to keep him under command control. Is there much else he can do? Now Elmore has got a weapon skill of 1. I just checked line of sight. I don't think I can see there, can I? No, because of that. So okay. There's no point going back into I-19. So yeah, I'm not doing anything more with Elmore. Boom. That concludes round 2. Yes. Okay. Round 3. So in round 3, all US soldiers are automatically aware. Okay, that's useful. So I can now start thinking about bringing on all the other dudes. Mr. Baker's team down here. Okay, so we now have a ford. Notice though, bloody clear here and here. That's unfortunate. And there's a lot of movement points to get across that side. And we still have to think about dealing with this dude, Mr. Vogel. However, event phase first. At 6 and 8 is 14, RE 14. Oh, it's got an S number next to it. So that says S8 036. 036. Okay. 36. Right. If an active US soldier can see hex S6. Yeah. No. Okay. So that hasn't happened. Okay, well, that does give me a hint, doesn't it? That something potentially S6. Have I got a potential marker? Not really. I'd like to have a marker that I can just put on the board to actually mark things to remember with. You know, I could have put, if I was playing the game with the real stuff, I could put a tiddlywink. But I haven't really got, maybe I should make some markers for this. Just a, something to be aware of. It's not a train. Right, okay, I tell you what, let's just put that there as a reminder. Doesn't mean anything. We know it doesn't mean anything, but it's a reminder for me until I make some reminder markers. I mean, I could write it down, but I'm lazy. Okay, so that was the event. So it was effectively a non-event. And now we go to initiative. Okay. And we roll a 9 for the Germans and 9 for me. So that means both sides. No. The German on a tie, the Germans get the initiative. Okay. So Mr. Vogel on a 9, he gets 1 action. All of my guys are now aware. So we can put these on here. And I rolled a 9 for Mr. Anderson. These 4 all go here now. check for panic. Well, I know none of them are going to panic because they're all within either Mr. Anderson, who has an initiative of 4, or Mr. Baker, who they're stacked with. So I'm not going to have any panicking. These two end up here with 1 action, and Mr. Hanson ends up with 1 action. Okay, so then the German activation number is a 4. Where is that? That's there. Okay. So, who we got first? Well, I think it's time I brought some dudes on the map. Okay, so we will bring Baker, who moves into, not there, he's actually moving into L19. Why not? Screen on the board, L19. Oh, it actually has the word event there. But we're in round, so that had no effect. Yeah, it's only during, if we're in operations, that would be an event. So that's 2. Ooh, we'll bring the L18. 4 is none. And then he goes into crouch. He's free. Then Denton. K19. None. And L18 for 4, and also goes into stance mode. We know there's nothing there. Okay. That was Denton. Okay. And Gibbs and Clint are over in this fire team. Okay. We can't fire through, so we don't know what the German's doing yet. He's prone, so he's not a target. Can't remember if we've been at G17, so Gibbs is going to move forward into G17. And that says S5650. We've already had sighting 5, so he doesn't see anything additional there. So that's 2 movement points, and you know what? I'm going to have him go prone. In case Mr. Vogel decides to get off his butt and shoot. Okay, so that's Clint, and then Gibbs. Okay, where's Gibbs? That's guy just moved. Then Clint. Okay, so Clint goes now. And then he'll go to J17. Did it the wrong way around, but you know what I mean. And that says none. Okay. I'm not going to have him go into crouch. So that's Clint and Gibbs done. There we go. Right, Mr. Vogel with action number 4. Okay, it says on condition 1, 800. He remains prone. Okay. I think he's waiting to be relieved. Then it's everybody of my team. Okay. So I'm going to actually have Baker do a command action. Where is he? There he is. And he's going to give, I think it's Denton. It is Denton another action. Okay. And then Denton will move into M18. Have a look at this forward. Is there anything else around? M18 says 622. 622. Right, let's see what that paragraph Joyce brings to us. 622. Place event marker, conduct PC check +1, successful C041. We've already had that. There's 041. Yeah, it is. Solar Caesar Ford and N16. Okay, I suppose it's allowing for the event that I could have come and didn't see it earlier. So he's just going, there is a Ford. Okay. Um, so that's Denton done that action there. Okay. We're gonna have Hanson come on the board, and he goes 2 to there. He's only got 3 movement packs, so that's him pretty much done. So we'll change his stance to crouch. And then Faulkner, who goes 2, 4 to there. Okay. Okay, so that's Faulkner done. I, mm, yeah, no, I'm not going to crouch him. No, that's Faulkner done. Where is Faulkner? Ah, right, there we go. Hmm, Denton. Okay. Uh, Hanson. Let's move him. All right, and we're just going to move him in a crouch into M19 there, bringing the twig with him. Okay, so that's Hanson done. Okay. Back over here. Mr. Anderson. All right, he needs to move now. And I need to keep everyone under command control. So he's going to move into H18. Better check that first. I said none. And then goes into I18 for 4 movement points. And then goes into a crouch. That's Mr. Anderson done. Okay. Who else is over there? Elmore. So where's he? Gibbs is over there. He's prone at the present moment. Okay. Delete the prone. Moves into H17. So that was a free stance change, which is then he's moved 2. And I think I'm going to move him out of line of sight into I18. I'm sure you can't see there. No, you can't. Okay. Okay. So that's Gibbs done. Then, where is Elmore? He's stacked with Gibbs. Okay. Yeah. I'll have him crouch into J17. From memory, that is none. And that'll be him done. And then we've got Denton and Clint. Denton and Clint. Do we? All right. Into N17. That's that 041. Yeah, we know what that is. He can, which is that. He can see the thingy, the thingy. Uh, the Ford, the Ujima flip, the what you call it, the dinghy. It's a thingy. All right, so you can see that. I'm now going to have him go prone. Because we just do not know who else is going to activate as we do things. And then Clint. Okay, he goes into K18. which says 622. Can't remember if I had that paragraph. Let's just put that in there, 622. It's probably going to say, oh, you can see a Ford. 622. Yeah, it is. Place an event marker. And, oh, you can see the Ford, maybe. Okay. I'm not going to go prone with him. And that will finish that round, which was, I think, round 3, wasn't it? Can't remember now. Round 3. Yeah. We might as well go to round 4. See if we can actually get across the board with somebody. But round 4, everyone's aware from my side. So first off, then is the random event, which is 6. The 0 and a 6 is 6. Remember, the zeros don't add on. It's not a 10. All right, so it says S8, 6. It says 465. Yeah, 465, 465. Okay, what is 465, you say? Well, I don't know. So look. If an active US soldier can see hex N5, go to condition 2. N5. That's way up here. No. Can I clone that? No. What was that under terrain? So I'm just going to use another one of those. N5. Potential sightings, but no. Can't see way up there yet. Ah, nice cup of tea. Nice cup of tea. Right, so after the random event, it is the initiative phase. Okay. Germans roll 5, I roll 5. So it's Germans with initiative again. Okay, so 5. Yeah, these guys are on 5. 5. And 5. And Mr. Vogel's on 5. Okay. Interesting. German activation number is 1. Eins. Okay. Yeah, all my guys are under command, so that will stop me panicking. So, who we got over here? Faulkner. Where's Mr. Faulkner? He's over here. He's got 2 actions. Okay. I want to see it. Crossing that ford. I mean, that costs. Let me find out how much it costs. Movement points. Ford hex is 2. And then we're going to go into the woods. And then we're going to go up that embankment. Is +1. So that's 2 movement points. And that's 3 movement points. That's 5. So it's going to take a bit of time to cross the ford, which we'd expect. Because we can't do it crouched. No, we can't. That's a good point. Can we do it crouched? Yes, we can. Okay. So Faulkner goes there for 2. N18. That says 622. That's 622, the one that said you can see a yes, you can see a Ford. Okay. It does say place an event marker. I will place an event marker, but yeah. That's 2. Remember, he hasn't done a stance change yet. 3 for 018. Ooh. S7074. 074. That is 018, never seen yet. All right, 074. Oh dear. I will just activate another German. 074. Roll one die. Okay. We rolled a 4. 074, we rolled a 4. 0 to 4. Conduct activation check. If successful, C636. Right, activation was still on condition 1. 0, 1. Okay, activation check. Roll an 8, so it's not successful. 074. Conduct if successful, C636. Okay, so he's now gone 3 and then goes 4 into 017. 017. It now says S7 464. 464. Must admit, my paragraph book is starting to fall apart. 464. Roll one die. Roll a 6. 464. Right. 5 to 8. Conduct activation check. Oh, I see. Right. Activation check. We're still on condition 1. Double check that. That was 0 to 1, wasn't it yet? Okay, rolled a 4. So not successful. Right. So he's gone 4 movement points. I don't keep like seeing that. So he goes prone. Okay. And that was Faulkner. Okay, Mr. Anderson and Mr. Elmore. Not much we can do about this guy. None of us can see it. We've only been given the one forward. I'd like to, well, I hope that there was more than one, that we'd see more, and there probably is more than one elsewhere on the board. But we're only seeing this one now. So, okay. Mr. Anderson will give he'll give Gibbs a second action. As his command action, and then Gibbs will move. So that's 2. Is this? Hold on. Can I can't see. I'm assuming the terrain under there is clear. Okay. K18 for 3. And then L17. We haven't been in that hex yet. Well, you can see a Ford, probably. Guess what? Yay, you can see a Ford. And then he goes prone as his free stance change. Just in case the German decides to move. And then Elmore with his 2 actions, well, with his free stance change. And he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. And then we're back to Mr. Vogel, and we've got a German activation number of 1. So he's doing 813. Oh. 813. He notices that my dude's out there. If more than 2 active targets are visible, surrender. Otherwise, 802. Okay, so we now know there is surrender options for him. 802. Crouch, then conduct best fire at closest target. Fall prone after fire if free stance change available. Okay. So he can't see any target, but I don't see why he wouldn't crouch, and that's his free stance, and that's him there. He looks, can't see nobody, but he's done his free stance, so that's him crouching. Okay, that's him done. Right, I think it's now time we need to move Mr. Anderson up. Keep all these guys happy. So, free stance change, and then he goes 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yeah, it looks like I'm only going to be able to cross that ford there. Okay, that's Mr. Anderson done. Then we've got 3 guys. Who's the closest to the ford? That is Denton. All right, free stance change. I will have him stand. Okay, he then goes onto the ford itself. N16. Does this actually activate the whole of the German army? Who knows? All right, it definitely. So 117. So something happens. 117. Oh dear. 117. Ford hex. Place landmark. Oh, okay. So if I had failed every single perception check or whatever, would eventually have found it. But I couldn't have gone in there without there being a Ford. So that don't quite make sense, but there we go. So he spent 2 movement points there, and it's 5 movement point, another 3 to go up into either of those, which you can't do. So now I'm not sure if I can crouch there, so I'm going to check the rules. Doesn't seem I can't, so I'm going to change his stance to crouching there. Okay, that's him done there. That's soldier D Denton. Okay, Mr. B, where are you there? Okay, so we've got Anderson, who's complete. Right. Mr. Baker, though, will give a second action to Elmore. So that's Mr. Baker complete. Mr. Elmore goes into N17 for 1, into the stream for 2, 3, and then goes into a crouch. That's that action. And then as his next action, he goes into M16. Ooh, we're across this. Well, this is a river. We're across the river at M16. As the word event, we're in rounds, so it's no event. Okay, we've got 1 guy across, and that's Elmore actually done. Falconer. 2. Can't get up the bank there. Goes into a crouch. Okay, that's Falconer done. H. Mr. Hanson. 2, 3. He's done his 3 stance change, so he's unfortunately that's as good as he gets. Woo! I'm standing up in the middle of the open. Woo! Okay. Who have we got left? So we've got Gibbs and Clint. Gibbs and Clint. Okay. Restart change. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Gibbs starts change. Whoops. Go back. Right, go back. Okay. Get rid of the prone marker. And then he goes 2, 3. Remembering these had a potential of activating something, didn't they? So I'm not going to go back in those X3. He will go into a crouch. Okay. Gibbs and Clint all done. That ends round 4, wasn't it? It was round 4. Okay. Lots of things moving. Not much happening. Okay. I think we'll do round 5 and then we'll call that a video. Round 5. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So, first off then is random event. We have rolled a 7 and a 2, which is a 9. Oh, 95. That's the new one. 095. S6 required. We haven't had sighting 6. We've only had sighting 1 and 5. And that was required. That would go to condition 4. Okay. Mr. Vogel's probably thinking, I must have made a mistake. It must have been a bird. What shot at you? No, I don't know. Was it a shot? Next 9. Okay, so that's an event. Next is activation number. Yeah, initiative. Okay, I've actually won the initiative for a change. That's a 9 against a 2. Okay, so 9 for me, 2 for the Germans. So let's move Mr. Vogel first with the 2. Get 1 action with a 9. 1 action. 2 actions. Oh, no, I'm initiative there. See, I'm so unused to having the initiative. 9 and 9 and 9. We know they're all into command control, so no chance of panic as yet. Okay, and then the German activation number is 1. 1. Now, we remember that was, I can't remember, was it 1 or 2 guys? We might even get Vogel to surrender. Oh, we had the paragraph. Oh, man. Can we get, because we got this activation number, can we get 2 guys visible? And that'll make Vogel surrender. Okay, let's think about this. So we've got all my guys going before Vogel does. That might be worth doing. So we've got Elmore, who's across. Where is Elmore? He's over here. He's only got 1 turn. Okay. Do we get other guys across first? That might be worthwhile. Okay, so who have we got potentially getting across? Denton and Faulkner. Okay. Denton and Faulkner. Faulkner's only got 1 action, but we have Baker. So Baker will spend an action to give Faulkner a 2nd action. Okay. So Faulkner. So we know I can crouch up there or I can move for 3. So he's going to stay crouched goes into M16. I think that was if something could see something, but I'll just double check. M16 it says event, so we know it's not an event because we don't do events at this point. Oh, right, okay, so that's Faulkner done there. He comes down. Okay, who else we got? We got Denton in the river. Where's Denton? He's got 2 actions anyway, so he will go into M16. Now, is this playing the system? I remember that German activation 1 with condition 1 led to, if he could see 2 active targets, Vogel will surrender. Now, I've got to get to here. Who knows what could happen in going through these sectors and these sectors, what could activate. But I'm not deeming that as passing the system. This guy has been really timid. From a role-playing perspective, we don't know what's going to happen until we get there. But if we get 2 guys in his lines of sight, I think Vogel will surrender. Okay. It's getting the 2 guys into his line of sight. So we've just moved Denton, wasn't it? Yeah, just moved Denton. So he's now had one of his 2 actions. Who else have we got across? C and G and C. Gibbs. Where's Gibbs? Gibbs is here. Okay. So we're going to move him on to the stream. And Clint will move onto the stream and go into a crouch. So that's Clint and Gibbs. Okay. Now here's an interesting question. Does the German roll now for his activation number? Ah, because we're now going, that is an exceedingly good number. Right. Roll for a new German action number each turn. Well, the German hasn't had a turn yet. So when in the actual sequence is it when he's come when it is their turn? We have had 2 turns. German activation number, action rounds. Hmm. And that action rounds begin when during operations the paragraphs that the Germans activate. So the Germans activate during a round yet. It's not telling me when we actually roll the German action number. But during action rounds, there is a possibility that additional Germans may become activated. Got that. German actions. German action number. At the beginning of each turn in which one or more German soldiers may act, roll 1 die and note the result on the German action track. Right. Okay, so that's fair enough. So I've rolled that initial 1 before anything happens. I don't know. So when it comes to the German activation here, he will get a fresh roll. Okay. But we know there is a chance that we could make him surrender. So it's at the beginning of each time on each action track that the Germans can act. So there should have been no roll until we got to here. Interesting. I've been doing that slightly wrong then. Happens. Okay, so we're going to move Mr. Hanson, and he's got 3 movement factors. So we move him onto here and then go into a crouch with him, change stance. Can't go prone, and that's him done. Yeah, that keeps it simple. Okay. We're going to stand up with Mr. B. That's 2, 3, as far as he goes. Yeah, he's only got 3. It costs 2 to go there. So he might as well go change stance back to crouch for 4. Okay. Now that's interesting, because if we go to here, I'm going to have no command control next time. Command controls if you've got 5 command points. Panic. Yeah, you've got 5 command points in a hex. You can avoid panic. 5 initiative. Yeah, I don't like being panicked. I mentioned that in the previous videos. When a US soldier's initiative die roll is printed in red, it means that the command unit. So if a soldier is in command, add his initiative rating to the initiative rating of all other active US soldiers in his hex. If the sum is 5 or more, the soldier is in command. Total is less than 5, he is out of command and liable to panic. US soldiers and panic. Command extends it by 2 hex. Okay, so Denton has got an initiative of 3. Faulkner has an initiative of 2, and Elmore has an initiative of 2. So Denton, with his 3, and any one of those, will keep them both in command. However, they are crouched at the moment. If they stand, go 2, 4 movement points, they can't crouch. And they're standing in the woods. What's standing in the woods? Because the last thing, Vogel might turn around and say, ha ha! That's a -2 to his weapon skill. Crouching's -3. I can't crouch. Or am I rushing this? Could I do this next turn? Interesting. So we've just done, where is it? Baker. Okay. Mr. Anderson. 2, 3, then crouches. 4. Okay. I think I'm rushing this. So Denton crouches to there. And that's L15. L15. Says the word event. We know it's not an event because then we'll do, so that's Denton. Then Elmore. Same again. Then Faulkner. There we go. Creepy on the dude. There we go. Gibbs and Clint. Where are they? Gibbs and Clint. Okay, so that's my entire team done. Then Vogel. So now I roll an activation number to see what he does, which is a one. So if I had gone up, he would have surrendered because a one is 813. 813. If more than two active targets are visible, surrender. Otherwise, see 802. 802, crouch, then conduct best fire at closest target, fall prone after fire is pre-stance. Okay, so he goes prone. Okay. So that ends that round. Shall I do one more round? I know I said I was only going to do round. Yeah, let's do one more round. See if we can get rid of Vogel. So round 6, I think. Right, round 6, event. Axton, that's where it brings the panzers. 6 and 9 is 15. Random event 15. This is 09, 095, 095, 095. Our Vogel becomes a hero. 95. S6 required. We don't have S6. We've only got sightings 1 and 5 at the moment. So that's a no event. Right. Now we roll initiative. Okay. I roll 6. Vogel rolls 4. So let's have a look at Vogel with a 4. Well, he's going to get 2 actions. Okay, and 6 for me. Right, Mr. Anderson, you're going to get 2. These guys, the 6. Potential panic, but we know no one's going to panic at the moment. These 2 are the 6. And this guy with the 6. Mr. Hanson gets 2 actions. Right, so, and I only roll for what his activation number is. So this is a new thing. I twigged on this. And no one's made that comment. I mean, even though this is now mission, quite a few missions I've done on this game, no one's mentioned that. I only roll when it's their turn to activate. So, Mr. Anderson and Hanson. Where's Mr. Anderson? He's over here. And Hanson. Well, let's move Hanson. He moves into that. Hey, that's an easy one. Or I can do activate my guys in any order. Now, Mr. Anderson. Yeah, I think I want to start getting some guy, command control over here. So he's going to move. He can crouch into there, or he could stand up, which would then be 2. He hasn't got 5, so he might as well just crouch into there. Okay. Right, now we roll for Vogel. See what he does. And he rolls a 3, which is an 813, because it's still only condition 1. Then says he will stand up because he's got no one in sight and take best shot. No one to shoot at. But that's him done. Okay, that's my entire team. But we don't roll for Mr. Vogel until. So, in sight. Didn't say can't be prone. So we're going to move Faulkner into K15. What? It says S5091. We've had S5, haven't we? Yep. So we ignore that. Okay. So that's Faulkner. Right. and Elmore. Okay, so that's two guys. He activates, he will surrender. Do we want to try and get someone here? Because that'll be a good place to actually occupy. That'll be out of command control. So let's move Denton into L14. Still got sighting 5 there. We've had sighting 5, so no change there. So that's Denton. Yeah, I'd like to keep these guys under command control if possible. So we will move Mr. Anderson into here, which finishes him. Okay. Mr. B, Baker, that finishes him as well. Right. Okay. So we've got Gibbs will move forward. Come on, come on. He'll move into M14, M15. None. That's Gibbs done. Clint. Will join him. That just leaves Mr. Hanson. Where is he? Okay, so we're all crouching forward. That's my entire team. Right, what will Mr. Vogel do? What a 3, and he surrenders. He rolls a 3. Condition 1, 0 to 3, 813. 813. If more than 2 active targets are visible, surrender. So Mr. Vogel surrenders. Now, I had a similar situation with Muller. I'm not in the same hex as the guy. So what actually happens now is, as he surrendered, I will read the German paragraph about surrenders. Some paragraphs will indicate that a German immediately surrenders. If the paragraph is read when there is an active US soldier in the hex, and the German immediately falls prone and is captured. If not in the hex with a US soldier, the German becomes inactive. So Vogel becomes inactive. Place his activation marker in the inactive space. Done that. He remains in his current stance. When a US soldier enters the hex, he is captured. Okay, so he's inactive until something says he becomes active. And as there are no active Germans on the board, is there an actual status? No. He's not captured yet. As there's no active Germans on the board, that ends rounds. And we're about to go back into operations. So I'm going to put operations there to remind me. And I will actually end the log file at this point and file save game. All right. Okay. Oh, where's all the guys? Okay, everyone's disappeared. Oh, there we go. All right, so I'm going to end this video here. I did one extra, well, I had no at the start. I didn't know how long it would go on for, but we've reached a reasonable point. So let's go back up to the top and see what we're going to do from there. So let me just end this recording here. So at least I haven't been decimated, as happened in mission 4 frequently. Okay, we're across the river in force, which is useful. Mr. Vogel has surrendered, which is useful, back into operations. So everything to play for. So yeah, I know there wasn't that much dramatic happening, but it's the nature of the game. Who knows? If I'd gone across the bridges, I could have set everything alight. I decided I needed to look for a ford rather than a bridge. Yeah, don't like bridges. Anyway, as I said, if you like the video, please hit the like, because it's through the likes that I know that you guys are. I know a view says you're watching, but in actual fact, it's a like that shows that you're actively watching and enjoying what I do, which makes me think, yeah, it's worth carrying on. If I don't get many likes for these, then I'll move on to something else. I'm thoroughly enjoying these. As I say, if you guys don't enjoy it, then I'll probably carry on playing it, off camera. But you guys do seem to be enjoying it, so I'll be doing it on camera. Until next time, then, play games, have fun. If you haven't got ambush, all I can say is find a way to get it. Bye, Internet.